Intro music. Welcome back to Nick's Home Hacks. Today, we're tearing down some walls, both metaphorically and literally. Pause. Mostly literally. Nick grips a sledgehammer, eyeing the ugly, decades-old basement wall. This bad boy's got water damage, weird stains, and I'm betting my left nut there's at least one family of raccoons living inside it. He adjusts his grip. Let's find out. Thwack. Dust flies. The wall cracks. Something metal glints underneath. Nick blinks. That's not insulation. He swings again. Brick crumbles. A smooth, curved surface emerges, dark metal, covered in glowing alien symbols. Okay, so either I just found a very dedicated prepper's bunker, or I'm about to become a conspiracy theory. He dusts off the surface, revealing a glowing panel. Hesitates. Then shrugs. What's the worst that could happen? He presses the biggest, shiniest button. Hisses. Steam erupts. The pod vibrates. A seam splits down the middle, revealing. Oh shit. A woman steps out. Not just any woman. 8 feet tall. Purple-tinted skin. Dressed in barely there, gold-trimmed silk that technically covers her, but only in the legal sense. Her silver hair cascades over sculpted shoulders, and her eyes, glowing, predatory, lock onto him. She stretches, feline and slow, muscles rippling. Then she smiles. My mate, she purrs, voice dripping satisfaction. You have finally come for me. Nick, still holding his sledgehammer like a toddler clutching a security blanket, makes a sound somewhere between a squeak and a whimper. He clears his throat. Hi. She steps closer, tilting her head. You are smaller than expected. But no matter. You have awakened me. The bond is sealed. Nick takes a cautious step back. I feel like we might have different definitions of sealed. She follows, movements liquid, hungry. You do not recognize me? Can't say I do. But in my defense, I wasn't expecting to find a whole-ass woman in my basement today. Her brow furrows. This is unfortunate. Your mind should have retained ancestral knowledge. You are my chosen mate. Destined to rule at my side. Nick squints. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I was just trying to renovate my kitchen. She blinks. You seek to expand our nesting chamber? How thoughtful. That's not. He pinches the bridge of his nose. Lady, I think we need to take a giant step back here. She steps even closer. And yet you remain so near. How bold. Nick resists the urge to scream. Okay, let's break this down. She straightens, placing a hand over her chest. I am Virissa, last royal heir of the Celestari Empire. Preserved in stasis until my fated consort would awaken me. Nick stares. Hate to break it to you, but I'm just a dude with a YouTube channel and a questionable mortgage. Virissa frowns. You deny the bond? I deny that this is my problem. He gestures wildly at the pod. I was expecting termites, not a surprise space bride. She cocks her head. You are displeased? Nick considers. Considers very hard. Because, objectively speaking, Virissa is gorgeous. He's been single for, well, long enough that watching a microwave burrito spin feels like a dining experience. And now he's got an otherworldly goddess calling him mate and looking at him like a particularly delicious snack. But also, she's clearly crazy. Look, let's slow down. He holds up his hands. First off, how long were you in there? She hums, thinking. Approximately. She frowns. Your world measures time differently. But by my count, no fewer than 10 of your centuries. Nick nearly chokes. 1,000 years? Give or take. She steps closer again. Nick steps back. So, just to be clear, you've been penned up for a literal millennium and the first guy you see is... He gestures at himself. Asterisk me asterisk? She smiles. A slow, sultry, very concerning smile. You are the first. Her voice drops, husky. And the only. Nick takes a sharp inhale through his nose. Exhales. Slaps his own cheek slightly. Okay. Okay. We are not going to unpack all of that at once. He forces a smile. How about we start with clothes? You want some clothes? She looks down at herself, brows raised. Is my form displeasing to you? No. No, it's very pleasing, that's the problem. Her grin turns wicked. Ah. You resist out of self-control. Admirable. Nick groans. I have literally never had this problem before. She steps even closer, eyes dark with amusement. Then it is a good thing I am very patient. Nick grips the edge of his counter, trying to process. He woke up expecting to sand drywall, maybe install some cabinets. Instead, he's standing in his kitchen with an 8-foot-tall alien woman who thinks they're engaged. Okay, first things first, clothes. He tosses her one of his hoodies. Put this on before we both make some very bad life choices. Vierissa holds it up like it's an ancient artifact. This is your mating garment? Nick sighs. No, it's just a hoodie. She slides it on over her scandalously small outfit. The fabric barely fits, stretching tight across her chest. She tugs at the sleeves, fascinated. It is soft, she murmurs. Comforting. Like the embrace of a mate. Nick runs a hand down his face. You really need to stop saying things like that. Vierissa tilts her head. Why? Because I'm trying very hard not to make poor decisions right now. Her lips curl into a slow, knowing smile. Nick points at her. Don't. Do not give me that look. She leans in, voice teasing. What look? The one that says you know exactly what you're doing. She hums, non-committal. So, tell me of this world. Nick exhales sharply, grateful for the subject change. Right. Earth. You're gonna need a crash course in modern civilization. He pulls out his phone. This is a smartphone. It's how people communicate, get news, and... Vierissa grabs it. A summoning stone? She taps the screen. Does it channel your power? No, it... The phone dings with a notification. She gasps. It speaks. Nick snatches it back. Okay, definitely not a summoning stone. He hesitates, then opens YouTube. Here. If you want to understand humans, this is the best way. She watches as the algorithm floods the screen with recommended videos, memes, cooking tutorials, a guy wrestling an alligator. Her brows furrow. This is your world's knowledge? Pretty much. She studies a video titled Top 10 Hottest Alien Romance Scenes. Clicks it. Watches very intently. Nick panics. Okay. That's enough cultural exchange for now. He snatches the phone back. Let's focus on something else. Like, why exactly were you in that pod? Vierissa sighs, crossing her arms. 1,000 years ago, my people were at war. Our empire was falling. My advisors saw only one way to preserve our legacy. Nick blinks. Which was? She meets his gaze, serious now. To place me in stasis until a worthy mate could be found, one strong enough to help me rebuild our empire. Nick pinches the bridge of his nose. And you think that's me? You awakened me, she says simply. By our laws, you are my bonded mate. That is wildly flawed logic. She shrugs. It is destiny. It is accidental demolition. Semantics. Nick sighs. So what happens if I say no? Vierissa frowns. No? Yeah, like, what if I just refuse? She narrows her eyes. Are you rejecting me? No. I mean, not personally, I just... He gestures helplessly. This is a lot to drop on a guy who still hasn't had breakfast. Vierissa considers him. Then, very deliberately, she reaches out, grabs his wrist, and pulls him close. He freezes. Her voice is low, warm. Do you truly believe the stars would lead me to an unworthy mate? Nick's brain short-circuits. Because damn. But he rallies. Lady, I don't know what the stars did or didn't do. But I do know you're making some very strong assumptions about a guy whose biggest accomplishment today was not stepping on a nail. She studies him, unreadable. Then, to his relief, she releases him. Very well, she says. I shall observe you further before making my judgment. Nick exhales. Thank you. But if you are my fated mate. She leans in. You will know soon enough. Nick mutters to himself as he grabs a beer. I need a damn refund on fate. Nick barely has time to process his life choices before his entire house shakes. A deep, metallic thud rattles the windows. Something massive just landed outside. He sets down his beer. That's not good. Vieira's eyes glow. They've found me. Nick squints through the window. A ship, sleek, alien, and way too close to his mailbox, looms in his yard. A gangplank descends, and out stomps a creature that makes a linebacker look dainty. 8 feet of muscle, gleaming armor, and 4 arms, each gripping a weapon that looks very illegal. The guy roars. I am General Xartion. I challenge the human for the princess's hand. Nick throws up his hands. Oh, come on! Vieira crosses her arms. As expected. Many will seek to claim me. You must prove yourself worthy. Nick gapes at her. By fighting that? She nods. You are my chosen mate. It is your duty. Nick gestures wildly. I don't do fighting. I do home repairs and aggressively mediocre life choices. Zartan slams a fist to his chest. Face me, human! Nick groans. Yeah, gimme a second. He turns to Vieira. You sure I can't just buy him a drink and talk this out? She tilts her head. You may choose your method of battle. Nick perks up. Any method? Vieira nods. Nick grins. Alright, big guy. Let's renovate some expectations. Zartan charges. Nick sidesteps, yanking a cord, asterisk wham. Asterisk the brute trips over an extension cable and face plants into the dirt. He snarls, pushing himself up. That was a trick! Nick shrugs. I call it creative problem solving. Zartan roars and swings his blade. Nick ducks, grabbing a power drill. He flicks it on, the high-pitched whir filling the air. The alien hesitates. What is that? Nick smirks. A human battle tool. He jabs it toward him, and Zartan flinches. Vieira watches, impressed. He wields the tool of warriors. Nick grins. Damn right I do. Zartan lunges. Nick yanks a ladder from the porch and swings, asterisk clang, asterisk the alien staggers, dazed. All right, buddy. Nick pants. You done, or do I gotta break out the duct tape? Zartan groans. I concede. Vieira beams. My champion! Nick wipes sweat from his brow. I need a raise. Or a therapist. A deep hum vibrates the air. More ships appear in the sky. Nick sighs. Oh, what now? Vieira smirks. The galaxy has heard of your victory. More challengers approach. Nick grabs another beer. Cool. Guess I'm adding intergalactic duels to my weekend plans. Nick sits on his porch, sipping his beer as another alien warlord crashes face first into his lawn. The dude groans, twitches, then stops moving. Nick sighs. Alright, who's next? A hulking reptilian steps forward, eyes wary. You have bested Zartan, crushed the Iron Fang, and humiliated Lord Vrek with, what was it called? Nick takes another sip. A garden hose. The alien shudders. Truly, human warriors are terrifying. Vieira watches proudly. My mate proves his worth with every battle. Nick gestures with his beer. You guys really need to redefine battle. The reptilian gulps. I withdraw my challenge. Nick exhales. Thank God. A distant rumble echoes across the sky. A ship 10 times larger than the others descends, kicking up dust. Nick groans. And that is? Vieira's eyes widen. The Celestari High Council. A regal alien descends, flanked by heavily armed guards. His golden robes shimmer as he surveys Nick. So, the elder booms, this is the human who has claimed our princess. Nick raises a hand. Quick correction, I didn't claim anyone. She crashed my renovation project and declared me her fiancé. Virissa steps forward. Honored counsel, he has proven himself through battle. The elder eyes Nick. With household objects. Virissa nods. Brilliantly. Nick shrugs. Hey, if it works, it works. The elder sighs. And you are certain this is your mate? Virissa doesn't hesitate. Yes. Nick's heart skips. The elder studies him. Then nods. Very well. The bond is sealed. Nick blinks. Wait, what? The elder turns. You will be wed within the cycle. Nick chokes on his beer. What? Virissa beams. It is done. Nick runs a hand down his face. I was just trying to remodel my damn kitchen. The elder claps a hand on his shoulder. And now you shall remodel an empire. Nick groans. I need a stronger drink.